Our first game of the CS Sunday is done. It was Nuke, and we did see a ridiculous comeback. 12-3 down. HellRaisers do prevail on Nuke, and now Team X look to try and bounce back on a map that they've found recent success on. Cobblestone will be the Danes' attempt to return, and I've got Yenko alongside me to just quickly add, admittedly, this will be a quick one. In the interest of time and to stay on schedule, this is going to be a hasty segment, so let's see what you can do. Set the scene for Team X on Cobblestone after I still don't think 16-0s happen all too often, and getting it against FaZe recently is an achievement in itself.
Yeah, definitely. They also 16-0'd another team today in the DreamHack qualifiers, but it was on Train, and I think that it was pretty obvious that probably neither of the teams were really comfortable on Nuke, while on the other hand, Cobblestone is a much better map for Team X, and I feel that they're going to be able to prevail here.
I was trying to find the other 16-0. Oh yeah, there it is. Anox. They beat them in the on Train. God, you're smart. You're a smart cookie. You really are. But where does this kind of put you with HellRaisers then? Like, I mean, you just saw Team X crumble on their T side of Nuke. Do you think this is going to be a similar affair? I mean, HellRaisers actually have demonstrated that they can play without Oscar.
Well,
or not. I mean, hang on a second. It's only one map, Alex.
Yeah, it's only one map, and it's been Nuke as well, so not much we can take away from that one. I just feel that from what we've seen from Team X this past couple of days, I feel that, you know, on maps that they are comfortable at, they actually can be pretty decent, even against tier 1 opposition. So haven't seen that much from HellRaisers yet. Team X also beat them recently. I think one of the maps was Cobblestone, exactly. So I feel that they will be able to repeat that.
I mean, yeah, I think you made a good point about Team X. It's something that we've kind of encountered quite recently, just because we've seen so much of them in such a short space of time. Like, it does seem like, especially on their T sides, they have quite solid structure. Like, it happened, we've seen it on Cobblestone before, that Train game on Astralis, where you were kind of, was it Astralis?
Yes.
I remember they were flushing, they're flushing out. And it was just, you could see they had very, very well-structured executes on their T side. And maybe we'll see that on Cobble as well. I'd like to see this. I could see some good stuff for Team X versus HellRaisers. And it does seem like this quick segment is coming to a close already. But will we see HellRaisers and whoever his name is, this new face? Smike. He recently got 33 frags in the last time these two teams met. Let's see if he can do better than that. 33 in 2 maps. It's not that great.
It's 2 maps, not 1 map, Alex. Unfortunately for him.
I just looked over, I was like, wow, 33, that's insane. 2 maps, Alex. 2 maps, of course. Right, before we get any worse, let's go ahead and head to the slightly better duo that's none other than Henry G and Pansy.
Ooh,
that guy's a mess.
It's not going well, is it, Alex? It's not going well.
He sounded like he got a really good stat to show of everyone. Say
Boys,
this to the killer close of the segment. Oh, it's 2 maps. Anyway, yes, I think Cobble's going to be a much more competitive game. You can see Team X were struggling on Nuke. Definitely didn't have much to work with there, but Cobble, definitely a map we know they can play very well indeed. Like I said, 16-0 FaZe, that's a very good result, and I'm sure they're going to win this one.
Yeah, I actually want to see how they do it as well, because we didn't actually see that FaZe game. I think it was in StarLadder or one of the other tournaments going on kind of parallel to ours, so I think they played FaZe in the same night, had those close games, didn't win them, and then they went on to do this, or they did it just prior. I can't remember the order of it, but it kind of turned all our heads. But now we're seeing these guys are very competitive, whether it be winning that game against Astralis, now like this, and obviously the previous result against FaZe. I want to see what they bring actually on this map, to be able to do a 16-0.
Danes especially have always had a great understanding of Cobble as a whole. Like teams like Dignitas and then Astralis actually are probably an exception to that rule. They actually don't play it that often. They're trying to bring it into the map pool, but Dignitas especially one of my favorite teams to watch in this map, and X have very similar mentality to them. Great at getting the mid control and pushing CTs back to the A bombs, then going back towards B. Really good at actually getting those fundamentals and taking some key information and real estate at the start of the map. Obviously, almost certain they'll pick this up. Like I said before, I felt that this is the 1-1 matchup. We said Nuke was going to go in favour of HellRaisers. Almost didn't happen considering the first half, but they managed to scrape through. And we are getting ready for the second map here. It's going to be Team X versus HellRaisers, of course, and Team X starting on the CT side. And we have got a little pause going on, so I won't be able to tell you the buys just yet, but we have a little tech issue going on. You know, it happens.
Players will sort the things out. It'll be fine.
Well,
but in this downtime, Henry,
go on.
The main thing being is Alex can go on HLTV and find some more stats to bring
some
after
hot
this.
stats of the week. that's what I'd like to see from Alex. He's very good. He's very good at finding the key information. So that's what I want to find out. But we can see some buys coming in right now. HellRaisers have got 2 smokes and they've got a raid boss in the form of Zero as well. that does suggest with the 2 smokes. I mean, let me just work this one out. A split could definitely be a potential here. You could smoke off towards the B connector and go out towards the window, and then smoke off for the post plant as well. And that's probably what I'm going to guess is coming in. They'll send that Raider boss towards drop down room, and he'll go out the window and lead the charge and try and just take down any CTs in his way. That's a very common pistol strat. It works out very well. It's a very difficult choke point for the CTs to hold, especially if the smokes are down as well and stopping the rotation. So that's what I'm going to guess is going to happen. But the CT side, it's one of the few maps in the pool that actually doesn't really allow for aggressive pushes at the start of the round. You can't actually get much information at the start, but the pistol is a little bit different. We've seen a lot of teams recently actually going very aggressively on the pistol round, pushing towards long A at the very start and then coming in the back. As most teams will focus towards B. What is going on right now?
Nauseating. Can you not? It's not a day to be doing this, Rush.
On the crane.
You're commentating the camera work. And here on the crane, looking
Just
over towards the
jump.
He just don't rush to kill himself. That's lovely.
You know.
All right, we are back underway, though. We are live. So, Rush, your creativity can hold for a moment. Maybe you and Alex could really talk about your creative abilities here. Stats and this sort of approach has been glorious. Now, you theorized maybe the A split coming through. We'll see if that comes out yet. Again, it looks like more just standard A hit by this point. Sticko's gone, so I guess that's all they're left with.
Sticko was going to be the luck player as well, so he's going to be an A attack. He was going to be holding drop down and coming in behind, trying to be the thorn in the CT side, but it's going to be an aggressive push to the A side. Now the smoke has been dropped towards connector, but Snappy in a prime position to mow them down. Misses the first couple of shots, but does nail the headshot towards Bonded. Glaive chiming in as well. That's round over at this point. It's going to be 0 remaining. He's got the raid boss, but they know exactly where he is, and Molly does find the headshot as well. So pretty simple affair there. We saw a nice boost coming in from the CTs, getting that first player towards the drop down room, and then the fast A attack comes in, but unfortunately the range of the USP completely locks him down. It's quite a nice defensive setup from Team X said. Most teams will play more of a focus to the B site, but they came with some creativity there with the little boost towards drop down and got that first kill, funnel them towards there and capitalised. So no bomb going out for HellRaisers. It's a semi-force by the looks of things. 2 players not getting the armor. That's going to be Angel and Smike. We did see Smike wielding the orb, so it makes sense for him, but Angel just on the deagle, and they will be edging their way towards long A for now, but we have got Snappy waiting for them.
Yeah, Snappy on the other side. He's still got free swim as well, so he's relatively safe from middle. He can't get pushed or rushed down by danger at this point, but he's still playing quite passive, falling back towards that kind of wooden wall and just be waiting this one out quite slowly. Again, HellRaisers, however, don't have any of that smoke, so they can't smoke off the door. They're just trying to get up close to this one, see what they can achieve. Maybe get a gun away, do a little bit of damage. Ideally, get that bomb planted, of course, but
yeah, you're going to struggle with not a single smoke. It's almost impossible to even get to the bomb site here, especially in the CTs and this hold back. They've got Snappy with the UMP waiting for them as well, with 2 unarmored players. You can chew through those guys. It will be a full A-sided attack. It looks like they'll be splitting between long A and middle. Zero just waiting for the Q to make his move. He's got the bomb as well.
This is quite a cautious round for HellRaisers. Slow, should I add. Snappy, as said, waiting on the other side. Doesn't want to overextend, doesn't want to give him a chance to get too much done, but he will eventually fall. But he does do some work with the UMP. Now that can be recovered, but actually at this point probably not. There we go. Angel goes down. He had no army. He merely had the deagle at the end anyway. And well, the UMP did some good work there. So Snappy going to get some good bang.
Yeah, a pretty lackluster approach for me. If you're going to be doing those force buys, at least have something to go with it.
Just
like
one smoke, one flash,
a flashbang. Try and keep it at close range quarters as well. The drop down room is going to be a lot more effective with those tech lines and trying to walk out of long A. Not really sure what the big plan was there, to be honest, but they came out, mowed down by that UMP, and then the long range and forward rotate and take them out. But it's going to be a full eco as we go into round number 3. Snappy, he's aware. He's pushing long A, looking for that information. It's going to be a B-sided attack, though. As HellRaisers do make their way towards that platform. Glaive wants to slice the action, does spot them, and a decent grenade about to be going, and that could do a ton of damage. Actually, it's a bit disappointing, so don't worry about it. In case you were.
I was,
okay.
Henry, I was. But thank you for lowering the bar. Moddy now going to have to keep his attention drilled towards drop. He knows that's the next threat pretty much on the cards. And again, really well kept by him, not looking bothered at all. So good stuff, not really expecting too much from the Glocks, but it's very easy to get overwhelmed in these sort of positions. You can easily just get dinked down and taken out, but well handled by Team X.
So now we discussed that bonus round, right? So this is where they'll have the UMP and the MP9 available. So do they actually throw one of those away and get an AWP? I'd say that would make sense. And there it is. So yeah, Frizz picks up the AWP, get rid of the MP9. You can keep the UMP for sure. We always discuss as a weapon that's come more and more into the meta these days.
Flusher and drop.
It kind of replaced that P90 era we had.
Thank
People
God.
realise it's a lot cheaper, and yet you get $600 a kill, and it's almost as good in terms of that armor penetration as well. It's a much more, it's more justified for its cost, I'd say, in terms of its effectiveness in gun rounds.
Yeah, well, we saw Flusher being a huge advocate for it, especially on this map, playing it on drop, and it's exactly where Molly's taken it as well, so it works very nicely towards this sort of effect. Again, however, HellRaisers with quite the slow approach, seeing if there's any way they can just maybe pressure some early aggression. There's nothing coming up from the CTs. Again, though, sometimes, you know, CT sides do want that early information, but no one's really going for this time. And actually, Snappy's holding incredibly far back on A as well.
This will be much more of a default affair on the first gun round. We have got the Smike Orb out as well, so I'm interested to see what kind of impact he can have here. He'll be making his way towards long A and seeing if he can actually get this first pick, but it's a defensive setup from Team X, actually not having anyone towards danger or long A or even close presence towards middle. It's going to be Friss. He's actually holding the balcony area. Actually, no, it's towards the connector, but still, that's holding a nice passive angle. So take one shot, fall back, and call for the rotations from your teammates. He will be joined by Snappy as well. He's got the smoke in hand by APC. As soon as he spots anyone, he'll just be throwing that in and is delaying them actually coming out.
Well, there's a plan. HellRaisers this time at least have smoke, so they can build themselves in towards that A-bomb site if required. Valda, probably vision will be completely and utterly removed away from him. Sticko trying to go for that lurking role again. This seems to be like how HellRaisers like to approach this map.
The thing is, though, they've got 30 seconds remaining, right? And the CT still have a lot of utility. They're going to be slowed down. Here's a perfect incendiary from Snappy as well. He throws a smoke just to give him some cover, and then now they're going to be so panicked to actually get to the site here. 15 seconds remain, and they make their final move.
Yeah, Smike's the one with the bomb, and he's still pretty far away, 10 seconds. I don't know if he can even really get this one done at all unless he just directly plants, and there's still 2 players on the site. They've let the clock run way too low, and there it is. Snappy has an absolute whale of a time. There's no chance. It doesn't matter if you get these kills. Glaive can just stay alive, or he should just stay alive, and there it is.
Oh, dear.
What on earth was that, HellRaisers?
It's actually quite a nice execute in the end. They got the kills they needed, and that's 2-on-1. They should have won the round, but that is too little too late. I have to say, the fact that Team X wrote that quite nicely. The problem is HellRaisers, they'd done that 15 seconds before. They would have been fine, but they made their final move when we saw that player Snappy with that incendiary. He drops it. Such a perfect time, delays him by another 8 seconds, and they had nothing to work with there. They actually got the kills they needed, dented the CT economy, but unfortunately for them, it does not equate to a round victory. So it could be 4-0 in favour of Team X here. HellRaisers do keep some guns alive, though, in the last rounds. They have got the orb, and you can see the 3 AKs as well. Glaive a little bit more aggressive this time. Grenades coming in. Sticker does feel the brunt of that, goes down to 72 HP. But the bomb is towards long A once again. 3 players though.
Yeah, we do at least see one more player over with Sticker, that being Zero now joining over by Drop. So a little bit of a different approach, but still last time it was so slow, it was so meticulous that it just didn't really work out for HellRaisers. So they do need to pick up the pace just a touch, but again, Snappy will be waiting. They still have that same utility there. They still have those mollies into play. And a nice little bit of a different angle as well from Snappy here. Going to be looking towards middle. Needs to be careful about long again. A lot about feeling, a lot about intuition. Freeze is also watching middle as well. So both players watching this. Sticko actually finding Molly is going to speed up the pace now. Now they want to make the hit. Freeze instantly adjusts towards long, catches out Bondic, and Snappy is still in a very dangerous position. He can turn around, he can cause threats, or he can cut off the 2 other players making their way back from B. It's all up to him. Let's see how he does this. But he gets caught in the back. He waited too long to make his presence known, and now Valda tries to get in. He gets shut out. Angels found Freeze, and we're down to Glaive.
Yeah, it's actually quite a nice approach there from HellRaisers, getting towards that long A position. Like we said, it's been very passive holds from Team X, allowing them to have that control. And they capitalised this time by hitting every single shot. It's actually Angel to get 2 in the end. And Team X didn't really have much of a reply there when they came onto the A side. We saw that initial kill come in with the AWP, but after that, wasn't really much to work with. Friss was in a difficult position, isolated by the APC. Is hiding in a smoke at one stage. And it's going to be HellRaisers fighting their first round. As we get to number 6, there still is money available for the CTs, not an abundance. So you can see the UMP and the Fambus have come out. There's not a single kit purchased. And the AWP is in the hands of Friss. So he's a player that does have high impact potential. Looks like he's going for the aggressive pick towards long this time. So changing their setup and from that very defensive, passive role, they're going to be actually challenging for the first kill this time.
Yeah, they can be made to feel incredibly uncomfortable, however, by Angel if he does show some sort of presence towards middle by danger. Again, Bondic's coming back over. That little pop flash, that smoke, whatever he puts down is going to mean they have to fall back. They have no control over middle. They're making the assumption that no one's just going to rush up it. And it does get a little bit, it does weigh heavy in the back of their minds. But still, HellRaisers aren't exactly focusing on this one. Snappy and Freeze will have to make their minds up soon enough. And, well, sooner rather than later. Snappy's going to face by danger, see if he can spot anything out. But while this happens, HellRaisers are showing their presence on B. We're seeing the split towards drop now coming through. Team X have backed away from this. Glaive waits on the other side. And just flash in, but Sticko doesn't turn around. I don't know if he just didn't hear that flash, didn't expect someone to push up off the back of it. But Glaive now has a really nice spot here, going to just flash up and over, adjust away. He doesn't even look pressured. He's still standing. He's still not even been challenged down. I don't know how he's getting away with this. 2 players now finally get shut out by Smike. And now the 3 remains for Team X. What can they do with this one? Modi, with that UMP, not ideal, but with the support from Snappy, can find a little something.
Bomb will be planted here as well. It's going to be the 2 versus 2 situation. Orb in the hands of Smike. He's on the upper platform as well. Great position to be in, considering there's no flanks coming in the side. So Snappy and Frisk with a difficult challenge. Like we said, no kits going into this round, so they are going to be struggling. Looks like they're taking a ton of damage, both players as well. Don't really have much to work with now. A couple of smokes that could be useful to actually get themselves towards the bomb, but that's not going to matter as Angel does get the first kill towards Snappy. Up to Frisk now, Orb in hand. Maybe able to get his first kill, but I just don't think he's going to have time to actually win this round. Actually hits him through the box there. This is his only chance now. Go with the full defuse. He doesn't land it. Oh, okay. All right, he does actually hit the shot. Interesting. Smike didn't really have to face that. I guess he panicked. He heard the smoke going down. He wanted to actually cancel it before he had a chance to allow that smoke to bloom, but it's Frisk in the 2 versus 1. I didn't think he had any grounds to win the round whatsoever, but he does find something out of nothing. Going close range, that first shot opened the window, and then Smike facing allowed him to get that second shot. Obviously, the T's aren't away. He hasn't got a kit, so they didn't want to take the risk of that full smoke defuse coming in.
Again, it does keep Team X in a really nice lead. Money's still far from being stable. Their money is very, very low at this point.
Yeah, that's why the T's can definitely justify forcing into this round, and they know if they can win this one, it resets the CTs for potentially a double eco going forward.
I'm glad to see Team X being a little more present on A-Long, being a little more present in danger. They were giving up so much initial control over towards the T side for pretty much free. It was allowing HellRaisers to be on their doorstep. Now they're going to try and get back into it, but Snappy just doesn't land the clean shot. He will on the second try, however. Angel goes down. He's going to see a bit of the shadow there. Freeze, just the timing off the back of that flash. Works it so perfectly. Bondic, unfortunate, he played it well. There's nothing more he could have done on that one almost, but it does just land. Freeze feeling it now. That's the follow towards Sticko, just controlling this, and Smike hits the break, so I'd be worried as well if I was him.
Yeah, so we discussed the CTs changing their positions in terms of their passive to the aggressive play, and this time it works out perfectly. The kill towards Danger opens things up, and then Frisk with the blind kill as well. That's a pretty standard move for an AWP. If you're holding a tight angle like that, you do get fully blind. Wait 1 second, then pull the trigger. Timing works out in your favor. It can lead to kills like that, so it's nice work from him. 5-on-2 now. It's going to be Smike and 0 left in a very tricky situation. Got to find his first kill, though, so that does give away Smike's position. Took a lot of damage there as well as Frisk repositions himself to the A-bomb site.
Now they're able to fall back like this. They already showed dominance. It's going to be annoying for Smike. He has to clear these corners. He knows that there could be a player pushed up. It's unlikely, but you still have to expend those couple more seconds. Zero's going to be working his way over as well. And it looks like they will be looking to try and get towards A. Valda's going to be just sat over at B, just keeping this one in check. But with such a little time left, again, even just trying to get to these sites, it almost means you have to fully commit right towards the bomb site and hit those shots almost back to back. Good flash, though. Will force Freeze out of the angle, but now Zero's walking into a bit of a trap here. That crossfire is primed and ready, and Freeze is having a phenomenal round already. That's 4 kills back to back almost there. 2 at the end and 2 at the start, just to really secure that one after that first kill came in towards drop. A
chance now to stabilize the money as well. They have fully broken HellRaisers, so they're going to have to take an eco here. If they can keep all 5 CTs alive, you can see after the reinvestment there, Frisk still gone down to $150 had to drop a weapon over, so this round will certainly help the CTs going forward. They've had a great start so far. This is definitely still a T-sided map, and the CT so far 6-1 lead. They're looking very good, and it's going to more than likely be 7-1. So they're doing very well so far. It's just going to be the Glocks and a Deagle, so you can't imagine much will come out of this round. Maybe Angel can get a couple of kills here, but Sticko takes a nade to the face and goes down to 45 HP.
Yeah, in case things can get worse.
Touchdown.
That's not fun. You got to feel for it. Now 3 players left, going to try and wait the way to drop. It can be pretty viable, again, incredibly close, so Modi has to be very, very cautious here now. And that window, it is a bit of a trap there. Modi just gets them all lined up pretty much.
To be fair, at that point, you might as well just go through and see.
What else are you going to do?
It's not like it's going to lead to any other success on the other parts of the map, right? You're stuck in drop down. So that's fine. It was a full eco. So it's 7-1 for Team X, and we do have a nice buy coming for HellRaisers this time. 3 AKs, a Galil, and an AWP on Smike. We'll see what kind of impact he can have. So far, hasn't had a huge amount, only 4 kills for him. Frisk has been the headline act for the AWPing for sure, but it's going to be a B-sided approach this time. Smike is looking for any aggression to start. Glaive has been a little bit audacious toward that step area. This time, more of a passive role. Will he jump up and try and have a spot once again?
Well, Valda's there with him as well this time, so both of them have pushed up a little bit closer. There's the smoke, and there's the really well-timed flash to follow. So again, they will get that nice bit of control here. Smike has to back away, and Sticko's in trouble. He's burning alive, and does manage to extinguish the flames, but they're going to know there's something here. And you said audacious before. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
He's confident after the first match performance. I don't blame him, but expecting maybe a boost there. Not a bad plan either. Going to have to back away from this, though. That smoke's dissipated.
Yeah, and the terrorists had to use a couple of their smokes to get themselves out of that situation as well. That Molotov dropped on their foot. But they still have 3 smokes remaining. Definitely potential to do execution here. The problem is now they have all 5 players coming to this side of the map. They don't really have much information, so they have to start acting now as they drop the first smoke, and that's going to delay them once again. Another incendiary. So there still is time to play with. That's fine for now. But now there's only 1 smoke remaining. They need to actually go in after this smoke. This Molotov extinguishers.
Where's that first entry point as well? Looks like they're just looking a little towards drop. Moddy's already backed away from it, playing outside of drop, not really committing into the inside of this one at this point. And again, Team X really just going to have to be hit in the last couple of seconds. HellRaisers are running that clock so low at this point. They leave themselves with so few options here. Again, down to 28 seconds. Going to go for the play towards drop. They're given just enough control that they can get themselves in there, but can they play out of it? Already, they are going to be looking towards that tree spot, and Valda's up there. He's in the perfect position to lay this fire down. He's got the support from Moddy, but he doesn't really need it. And there's Glaive. And again, so little time and a good crossfire. Team X just have it all wrapped up.
Great use of the grenades there from Team X. They're just slowing them down so much. It's giving them no options towards the end of the round there. You can see that initial play with the smokes towards the back of upper platform, just locking them in the B holes. Glaive was able to just drop incendiaries, grenades on them as well. And then towards the end of the round as well, you can see they had, what, 20 seconds remaining as well. Val, he's in a great position here. They know exactly where they're coming from as well. No one's checking the key positions. They just haven't got time to do that right now, so they have to just go out together. And it's another eco for HellRaisers. 8-1's the current scoreline. We said we favoured Team X going into this one, and this is why. They're a fantastic Cobble team. CT side has been stellar so far. No issues whatsoever, and it's going to be another eco, so looking to be 9-1 here. Terrorists have got a couple of deagles this time and a P250, but no grenades once more, so your options are limited, and they're playing with the chickens in T-spawn right now. So that kind of sums it up. Maybe they're using this as like a tactical timeout, you know?
I can imagine. You might as well. But I don't know what... I don't know.
Playing with the chickens.
Yeah, have you seen the wheel of movement you can do over the hay bales there as well?
No, what can you do?
You up and over. It's just a really random bit of movement that's in the game.
What do you mean?
You're just flying around in spectator. What are you going to do?
I'm just going to have a look and see if I can visualise what you mean.
Oh, okay. It kind of just like weirdly vaults you. If you go the ones behind you, up here, just weirdly vaults you over the top of it. I don't know why. Is that, I can't think of a reason as to why, but there you go.
Alex had the key stats before, and you've got the interesting details about T-spawn as well.
I really do thrive in T-spawn. Anywhere beyond that, it gets a bit tricky. However, damage has actually come out this round. You know, I can fool around as much as I want, but Angel's come into this and has a bit of a plan in mind, and Deagle does sound a bit more beefy these days. It does have the update, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't really add anything else to it, as Moddy, with their bonding's been giving himself a little bit of room to work with, but they expect it. They turn around and do find him. Glaive, though, going to be caught out by 0 and, you know, 2 kills that round, but it's more time to talk, and close rounds are all good and well when you're not at a 9-1 deficit.
Yeah, it was Existence, I believe, that started this kind of extra timeout sort of philosophy back in Source as well. Like, they were, even their full ecos, they would just sit in T-spawn with Glocks out and just kind of discuss how they were going to approach the next situation instead of wasting the tactical timeout. There's an opportunity to actually use it there. You don't have to, you're not going to win the round of Glocks, so you're just like, well, let's just use this time to actually discuss what we're going to do going forward. The money now is getting a bit of a problem, though, for HellRaisers. You can see that Team X have 10k in the hands of Moddy after reinvestments in this round. It's quite an important one. HellRaisers do need to start posting something on the board here. Like we said, the T-side and map. They have got the AWP in the hands of Smike once again. It's another default. Not focusing towards B this time. They're going to try and do that same flash towards long A and see if Bond can take down Frizz, who hasn't got the same aggressive angle here, but he still is actively searching for the kill, just a bit deeper.
And Freeze so far has been pretty much on point. If they step out into this, he knows they're here. He's sticking it out. He expected someone to swing out off the back of it too, but he's just not quick enough on the trigger. At the end of the day, Smike was there, the smoke down towards the doorway, and now they can push up off the back of it if they so choose to. Again, the bomb's not here. They've been selling a bit of a kipper the whole time. Everyone, Sticko's the one with the bomb, Zero's there, and actually everyone's vacated the site. Team X just try and hedge their bets, put everyone over towards that A bomb site, and, well, they leave B incredibly vulnerable.
Indeed, it is the 5-on-3 now, so bomb will be planted towards the B side. At this point, CTs probably want to think about saving, but they have so much money, I guess they wanted to see if they can just keep denting the economy of HellRaisers. If they can just find kills here, that would be a great asset to them going forward. There are 2 players towards A as well, but there's the save looking like from the CTs coming in, but there are terrors waiting for them. Avowed, he does spot the first one. Moddy actually gets the kill there. They do get a couple of kills for this one. You can see HellRaisers, the idea behind them, they're trying to lock in the CTs in that connector area. They knew they were there, but couldn't land the shots. Up to 0 now. Surely going to kill, which he does. Takes down Vald, but CT's still looking to find these kills here.
Yeah, Moddy just had a little bit of a better spot there. So again, these 2 should be fine. Both who on either side will actually keep their weapons. I can imagine Smite's going to get out of there as The bomb is safe and secure. He needs to no longer worry and merely just keep hold of the AWP, which he will indeed do. So HellRaisers finally get one on the board. It felt like a long old time in the making here. 9-2 now. And, well, I guess it started with this, a little bit of control given over.
Yeah, it was a bit of a bait there from the player who was coming out first with the AWP. He's trying to bait the shot out before Smite takes the face, but didn't even need that. He's just going to walk out and find that first shot towards Frisk. Got them to 5-on-3. Went back towards B. No CTs waiting for them as well. And we said it was just a matter of fact that the CTs was trying to save some money there, but they did find a few kills. We go into round number 12. 4 rifles and the AWP Frisk still available. He hasn't been to B with that as of yet, I don't think. He's been just focused towards that A site. It's definitely possible to take it towards Chicken Coop, for example, or the upper platform, a bit more aggressive. I'd like to see him mix it up a little bit more, but when you're winning 9-2, you can't really argue with the results at the moment.
Yeah, you're not wrong. However, it would be quite nice to see a little bit more aggression. Again, though, you would be actively looking for fights, which again maybe doesn't play into that Frisk handbook as such. He likes his passive angles. He does play this very passive style, which you're kind of seeing throughout this entire map.
Well, there has been a lot of damage inflicted. We did say that HellRaisers, Team X, been fantastic with their grenades so far, and you can see that's actually working again. But there is a shot on towards Vardy, gets under 33 HP, so something in return at least. Glaive seems more than happy to face his aggressive angles. And Modi, he just wants to get one kill towards drop down. It's quite a safe angle for him. You can take one shot and then fall back, but there's still quite a lot of pressure on that first initial shot. Repositions himself beneath it, but he's by himself in drop down. It's a very difficult position to play alone.
Yeah, and they've got a lot of mollies. They've got a lot of pieces to put to play here to be able to make it very uncomfortable. So first smoke comes down, that's towards window. The mollies do follow. Now he's going to back away from it, play outside it. Again, give her the control, try and support Glaive a little here. Glaive again. What? Absolutely phenomenal play from this guy, whether it be just the spray through the smoke, the incredible aggression coming out. He's got a real handle on that B play, and now he's going to be pressured further. He sort of calm, cool, collected, and he even tried to go back in on that. A little bit too cheeky there, and Modik watching it, but does get punished back in return by Modik. Still on the angle, but he can't do any more than that.
Well, here we go, then 3-on-2, another advantage here for HellRaisers. You can see Vald, 5 seconds, he denies the plant. Let's round over there. No, there's a player lurking in the back there. That's great awareness from Angel. We see it so many times that plants are denied. Someone was not checking Chicken Coop. This time they do check it, and like I said, no time, but that was the key moment of the round there. So nice work from HellRaisers, and managing to get round number 3 available for themselves, but still money available for Team X, of course. So another round there. It comes down to 5 seconds of the plant, but they managed to avoid it. But Modi, he's having a great game so far. 16 kills with him. And Glaive can't be far behind. He's on 7, actually, not as crazy as I thought, but we'll see what happens going forward. We've got 2 rounds remaining here. Smike back on the AWP, and they seem to be having more success now. Is that 2 rounds in a row? It is.
Yes. All right. So let's take stock of what we're seeing here. And the reason I give Glaive credit, though, is the fact that he's been actually incredibly present in how they're playing that B site. Again, just denying so much step towards that plateau, making them kind of have to fight towards Modi again. So it's been working out well, but HellRaisers are going to go for that A control again, and already Team X are so happy to play this one relatively passive. But on the other side there, Angel going to try and be careful. Spots the player on the way out. That was Snappy, I think, who just got connected on toward. So he needs to be quite careful here, as HellRaisers are just slowly but surely showing their presence throughout this map, and they've got so much still to play with. Look how much utility they still got to put into place.
This is pretty godly from them at the moment. The fact they've got long A, pushes CTs back as well. Angel and Smike on the A side of the map. They still have all their grenades, like 5 Molotovs, 4 smokes. That's a lot of potential there. They can actually do some sort of wall of smokes tactic. I think that would be very beneficial right now. Lock out and start segregating some of the CTs. And here comes the first initial play, but Glaive, he's waiting on the other side. Flashbang's come in, but he trucks his own incendiary, and that does send them packing once again. So nice work from him.
Yeah, Sicko there. Again, they're being just kind of forced in, fed in towards the Modi machine at the moment. Valda there going to put down the molly, make him have to wait even further, allow for the adjustments, but Zero takes matters into his own hands. He dives through the window, but gets traded out in the end. Valda's there, can't follow up well enough though. Sticko's now broken through as well. A is looking vulnerable. Now, it's Snappy waiting in the back of the A site. Modi lurking in the background as well, building his way up, but Snappy goes down without a fight. This means it's all up in the air now. HellRaisers have full control of this one. Bomb's going to go down, and Glaive is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, so it's HellRaisers. They're setting themselves up, getting control of long A once again, as we said. They're going towards drop down. They lost the first frag, but recovered it, got out towards that window area. Nice little A split coming in there, and you can see the player on the back of the A side, just not really with much to do. He gets completely locked down by both angles. And finally, I think they have broken the economy here of Team X, so they'll be ecoing for the last round. So you can get some 5-7s maybe. That'll be about it. You can see Frisk, he's got a ton of money, so you could have got a pistol. He's gone full eco, but Well, I guess he wants to have that full buy into the last round. That's the AWP, all the grenades, a diffuse kit. But we have got Snappy on the UMP and head armor. Doesn't really make sense to have head armor, but I guess there is one M4 on this terror side, so maybe he's compensating for that.
So, pretty much a standard old start here. Although Snappy, of course, pushed up along, even though they are on the pistols. No real stack, nothing too different, not too much variation from Team X on this one. Maybe just going to try and find HellRaisers as they do make their play wherever it may be. Glaive's still ever so present. Can barely keep him away from that platform. And HellRaisers are being quite conscious of this. You know, let's remind ourselves, these guys have been playing down to around 20 seconds odd in rounds, which can be their hindrance too. So I wouldn't be surprised if they run this one pretty late again. They've still got Angel watching the back here, so enough freedom to take their time, clear out as many corners as they like before they make this hit.
Yeah, this should be a foregone conclusion, really, as this terrorist who made the way towards upper platform, Sticko by himself, does get the first kill, Bonding chiming in as well. So nice execution in terms of actually getting themselves out to the B bomb side. There's not going to be any CTs waiting for them now. They're actually all on the other side of the map. Snappy towards the top of middle for it. He's actually going to be coming towards the connector area. Snappy, I guess at this point, does he just want to save that UMP and head armor? Can't really get much for this. If he can find a kill and get an AK, that'd be fantastic. But he may be dropped by 0 here as he's waiting and holding the flanks.
Yeah, HellRaisers is such a robust approach to this round too, just not really allowing much opportunity for Team X to find anything into this. By the time they knew that hit was coming in, they could barely do anything about it. Well, there we have it. The two final players will be shut down on Bondic, and Angel will be finding Freeze and Modi. And the scoreline will be looking a little bit better here for HellRaisers. Again, there's still one round to play within this half.
Round number 15, we do have the full buy. It was Team X who ecoed for this round, and it seems like HellRaisers have come to life here towards the latter stages. It was 9-1 at one stage, and now they've actually pulled it back to 9-5, so this is actually looking a lot better for them. Still, it is the terror-sided map. I guess at this kind of level, when you kind of get to the tier 2 teams, that's when it kind of starts to balance out a little bit more. It's only at the very top level of CS where you see the terror sides just completely running over teams because they're so good at it. They know exactly how it should be played, and they've got very talented players that take advantage of all the map's weak points, I guess. But final round, we have got Frisk back to that aggressive position towards wrong A, but Glaive, once again, we said his grenade work's been good so far, and that's another HE kill for him.
And generally, as soon as HellRaisers try and take drop in these 4 buys, it's been Modi stopping them. This time, though, Valda's been far more present here. Smike's actually got himself in drop, fully blinded, though. Has to be careful. Valda's on the other side, and I don't think he's aware. He doesn't know he's in the smoke right next to him. This could be deadly, but the barrel shows through, and Smike's in a world of trouble. He made an absolute mare of that one. And now we're in a 5v3, and HellRaisers losing a little bit of that firepower they came into this round with. Good little bit of a flash. We'll split these two up, allow Glaive to take the fire on one. Angel's now position has been noted. The spray comes in, another lockout by Team X, and Zero's just been able to just sit back and watch this go on.
Indeed, and Zero won't have any options here to just get taken out in the end. It's going to be double figures achieved for Team X, 10-5 on the CT half, no less as well. So very impressive half from them, I have to say. Team X did come to life towards the end of it, finally started locking down and winning some of the clutches. But you have to say, Team X as a whole, great package there. Just looked like they were locking it down. Great work with the utility as well. That's my favorite part of it. The timing, the smokes, the incendiaries, the HEs as well. It was a really nice overall half from them.
Well, let's find out what their T side holds up. Like we saw on the first map, wasn't quite up to scratch, let's just say. However, new map, fresh start. Let's find out how it goes after the break. So welcome back to the Pro League. We are at the 10-5 half in map 2 here. HellRaisers did pick up map 1. Team X are in control here in map 2, which is Cbble on the half. But
Indeed.
they still need to close.
We did see the huge comeback on Nuke. Could they do the same thing on Cbble? I'm not so sure. It's not that kind of map, and it's like we said, it's a T-sided affair. So I'm not going to say it's completely over, but I'm saying there's going to be some sort of chance here for HellRaisers. I feel like they get a pistol again. They give us some similar momentum. It could be something to work with. You never know.
You never know. We are hopeful for close games. We pray for overtimes and long extended series.
Exactly.
But yeah, we'll be underway any second now. I can imagine we can hop into the game. The teams look almost ready. We can start this one up. We can just look at the dead bodies. That's pretty much just how I feel today.
Accurate representation
really
of your state. Yeah, okay.
Or just of the studio right now, Henry.
Yeah, that's actually pretty true. That's quite
That's essentially the analysis desk right now. Alex is still looking for stats. It's just not gone well for him.
Well, yeah, like we said, on Nuke, we saw a 12-3 scoreline coming in the first half, and HellRaisers managed to grind it back. And there's no real reason why they can't do the same thing here on Cbble. 5 is enough to work with. It's definitely not ideal, but it's enough. So you get that pistol, similar thing, win that first gun round, and there's definitely an option to get into this. We'll see what Team X bring to the pistol here. Like I said, there's many different options here, but most teams will do A splits. You can do some B rushes as well. A split seems to be the safest and most standard round that the terrorists will do at the moment, and they've got 3 sets of armor now. A Molotov and a smoke in the hands of Glaive, and then Snappy with the flashbang. The fact they only have 1 smoke, I guess that means they can go to B and they'll smoke the connector off itself, or maybe by the tree, and then Molotov towards Chicken Coop and go in together. That's what I'm going to guess.
All right, let's see what we do, Glaive.
Okay.
That's very dull. All right, just allows the push out. Team X then comes through drop. It looks fine. It's not quite worked just yet. The molly's already been put down somewhere. I'm not too sure where. I actually couldn't see that one. I think it's just down by the door, I can imagine. But still, they're just not winning the fight. This is going on so long, but the raid boss appears finally. Molly comes out. He's had enough. The rest of them just merely, I guess, played with their toys, and Molly's kind of done with it. He's bored now. He wants to win this round, and now Angel's left in the 1v4.
that was
really
carnage.
horrible.
Yeah, no one was landing any shots, and then Molly steps in. He's got the raid boss set up right now, so he's got the Tech 9 armor that starts running down and finishing them off. And it's going to be Angel. He gets headshot as well, so a pretty clean sweep there for Team X. Only Val drops, and what looked like a really messy affair comes out pretty clean for Team X, and it's going to be HellRaisers now. You'd assume, will they force by? Yeah, I guess they will. Maybe just keep Smike on the more modest money here. He won't be buying anything, but you can see Stereo and Bondic will be going in with the upgraded pistols. Sticker has a scout, and yeah, Smike not purchasing a single thing. This is an interesting rifle for Team X, and a single rifle. It's going to be 4 UMPs and a Mac 10. So not a single AK purchase. Will this be to their detriment? We will find out. I'd say you need at least 1 or 2 AKs at least, just to get those opening picks. And if you start losing
those backbone.
Yeah, I feel like it's a bit high risk. I can understand what they're doing with it. The idea is like, if you give a UMP away, it's not a huge deal. It doesn't give too much to the CTs, but at the same time, it's quite a long-range map in certain situations. So sometimes you're up against a Deagle, for example, they could actually beat you in those duels. But
I am curious if they maybe have a plan in mind how to bring this map into maybe a more manageable range. As you said, a Deagle, a Scout, something of that variety can easily deal with these guys pushing up from A long or something of such. Of course, you will be seeing smokes going down towards the doorway. However, beyond that, I want to see what they bring out here. What's the plan with Team X? Because they did have players split over towards B. They're pulling back round. Angel's going to hear it if they make a couple of steps or two. So Glaive is going to line up the smoke. That goes out. That's down just towards the doorway. And that's about it so far. This is, I'm not sure. I'm not sold on this, and now I'm certainly not sold on it. Angel's already found 2. And then the Scout can come into play. Look at Glaive. He is reeling off of the back of that. And now Smike actually can come into this with just a USPS as well.
Yeah, they don't seem to be checking it right now, but there it is. Frisk does bring the man advantage back into their favour. It did get a bit hairy before when Angel just holding that tight angle towards middle. Did find 2 headshots, but they've stabilised now. Team X have found the remaining kill. Just Bondic remaining with the Scout and body armour, so he'll be saving that to the next round. So well recovered, but definitely didn't have to be that messy. It's a simple angle to check, but still they win the round. It will be 12-5 here, and you'd assume the CDs will be fully good next round. That's why Bondic will be saving the Scout and seeing if he can do anything with it next round. I'm going to suggest not really that much, because Team X will have to do is stick together, work out where he is, and go somewhere else and challenge the USPs instead.
So Team X will be picking up the round, and I guess we look at Nuke, and the fact was that, well, HellRaisers did win that pistol off the half. They were able to pull themselves back into the game. They did build correctly as to what we expected. Bondic not going to be able to close down on any of these remaining players. And this is now a huge problem. 5-12 is looking quite one-sided. Again, by the time they get these guns, that scoreline is going to be very drastically in favour to Team X.
They know he saved a scout as well at this point, so they can probably justify going a bit faster, using those SMGs to get towards drop down straight away. You know he's not going to be there, so that's just going to be USPs or a CZ at most. That's what Bondic's got. I'm going to guess that's what they'll go towards, and they've got one AK now just to back it up and challenge that scout at long range. And let's see what they bring to the table here. Looking at the scouts on the wrong side of the map for this one. It's going to actually be 3 players towards A. And it's going to be a pretty easy affair for Team X to walk into the B-bomb site.
Yes, you have to gamble it sometimes. This time, not going to pay off at all in that sort of aspect. Everyone went down towards long, hoping maybe that was where they were going to head, but it has been that all-encompassing B hit here. And there goes Smoke. Molly's just be holding that angle, spamming it away. He knows there's very, very easy targets on the other side. You've got to be kind of careful, though. You don't want to overextend too much and feed kills into a side that otherwise probably can't get them. So now Modi, again, just going to be leading the charge.
Here we go then. Bomb has been planted, and it's going to be 3 players remaining. 4 HellRaisers here. The CZ is in the hand of Bondic. He's just going to try and take that to the next round. There were money available for them. It's going to be okay. Obviously, they kept Smike on that full eco, so he will get the AWP on the first gun round there. And it won't be the best of buys, but it will be enough to get M4s, maybe a couple of Famases in there, just to make sure they have the utility to work as well. So if this go down, so that actually gives them an AK, presumably. But they may actually deny. I think Modi has picked it up, and he'll be just holding the tight corner there. Doesn't want to make sure he can actually do anything with this. So what could have been promising? Doesn't need too much there, but 13-5 has been achieved. You can see the money right now. So Smike definitely can get the open head armor as well, which he does do. And we'll see whether he can do anything with this weapon. You can see that what I meant with the lower buy. I haven't got a single kit here. We've only got 2 incendiaries. I haven't got 5 smokes. So definitely not an ideal round if you are to lose this one. That's when it's pretty much GG, because you don't have enough. It's going to be 14-5, and you have to eco at that stage.
Yeah.
So this is all or nothing going into this round. It's double UMP for the terrorists. They're trying to keep their money strong here.
And it just looks like the T-side are going fast. Look at Freeze. He's already out there, just going to be powering forward. They did have 2 UMPs, but again...
That's why they're trying to keep things nice and fast.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to surprise the CZs, maybe under-equipped for this round. If you just go in quickly and get that first surprise kill on them, the retake will be very difficult with limited utility, but they managed to hold them off. It's going to be 2 kills for Sticko. He goes under 15 HP, but he's absolutely fine with that. He got the 2 kills and pretty much secured the round at this stage, but still, it's going to be fouled. Snappy with those AK-47s, and Modi trying to get control of drop down, but thinks better of it and joins his teammates towards mid.
Yeah, already HellRaisers, though, looking like they want to extend this game a little further. It's only not over yet for them. Again, however, looking for more opportunities. HellRaisers are playing incredibly deep on A, just by default, it seems so far, just not wanting to give up anything, not allowing that aggressive rush or any aggressive stance to just overwhelm them at this point. So, Valda going to flash in towards middle, try and find a little something towards danger, but there is Smike. He does go for a little jump off the back of it, but he does eventually land the shot towards Modi. Now, Valda going to just try and get up, get an angle on this one. Smike, a bit of a dangerous cross there, but he doesn't get called out nor punished for it. And now Snappy and Valda are just left in between a rock and a hard place, quite literally.
Well, there's the kill. Vald has got something to work with, but Sticko in this great position. I don't think they'll be checking this, considering they just killed a player on the bomb site. So he should get... Okay, all right, Vald is ready for it, apparently. It was very low HP Sticko, and all of a sudden this round is falling apart for HellRaisers. Bomb has been planted. Snappy is aware Angel's coming in the back as well. Surely going to get the drop on him as well. There it is. This was an absolute done deal for HellRaisers, and it has fallen apart at the seams. It's going to be 0, the last player remaining. He hasn't got the kit, as I mentioned before, and it's going to be teammates picking up the round. He has to fall back. He has no presence in this round whatsoever, and it's just Snappy and Val sticking together. Like I said, I thought Sticko, when he was at the back of the site there, after his player died right in front of him, his teammate died right in front of him, he should have been able to find the kill, but Val stepping up massively.
Well, I was going to say, he's actually been really quiet in comparison to the previous games we watched with this individual player. He'd been having huge performances. However, today, you know, not at the forefront, not being the headline star, but you can still see that incredible individual firepower really coming through here. And was that 2v5 they pretty much worked through?
I think so, yeah.
Nice.
So those are the ones that are very difficult to handle when at this stage of the game as well, you think, okay, right, we've won the first gun round, let's get into this round by round, and then you lose that one. And like I said, the money just goes to absolutely nothing at this stage, and you can see that's reflected in the buy right now. They did save an AK, but an auto shotgun's out with the UMP, 2 Famases, limited once again, but Team X 1 round away from match point now.
And yeah, I don't see this going well, but then again, I always doubt the XMs, and then I sit there disgusted when they got about 4 kills.
Quite a nice angle for it. He wouldn't check this necessarily. Maybe you just get that first shot towards Frisk, something could happen. I think he actually could do something. There you go.
He really can. These shotguns are obscene, by the way. The Shadow's going to play into it. Smite gets one. It's a one and done, but he did a great deal of work, sets up for the second kill, and Oh, yes, please switch over to the shotgun. I'd really prefer you to stick with that. But they've actually got the bomb, more importantly. The problem being now Snappy's around the back.
Yeah, and he's by himself. It's going to be Angel. We did see Bondic with the UMP find a kill, but it's still a 3-on-2. They managed to lose a 5-on-2 before, so still plenty of opportunity, I have to say, for X to do some work here. They have got 2 flashbangs and a Molotov as well. If they had a smoke, it'd be a lot more viable for them to actually smoke off the connector area. But Bondic is waiting at the back of the A site. Problem is his teammates are pretty far removed in this situation. If he does get taken down first, it's going to take them a while. They have pushed towards B. Great information gathered, but at the same time, like I said, if the teammate drops, they need to be very careful here. But it looks like they're going to have enough time as Modi and Co are taking this very slowly indeed.
Yeah, they, of course, have no idea as to these positions. So...
Oh, God.
All right, 2v2. You know what, Henry? They'll check for Bondic. Everyone's going to check this spot. There it is. He's gone. Of course you do. And here he goes again, ladies and gents. 0 left in the 1v2. If you don't want to see Tilt in action, you are seeing it right here, right now. And this will be Team X going on to 15 rounds, bearing in mind this will be that buffer gone. And there it is with Zero's head. Another ridiculous round like that lost. That was a 2v4,
it was
that
looking
one?
it was looking very promising as well. It was the fact they had the pins coming in. They knew they were definitely not coming towards B. They had to play at the back of A. You could have slowed them down and get that one and done sort of kill. That's all he needed to get is 1 kill. Unfortunately, for the timing, just great awareness from Modi. He's actually facing towards middle. He knows that's a potential when they haven't got much information going on the map, and finds that first headshot, and it all falls apart once again for HellRaisers. They get themselves the advantages at the start of the round. Just can't close it out. 15-5 now. And obviously, HellRaisers just going to be buying into it all they can. They've got maximum loss bonus, means $3,400. So they've got rifles, 1 shotgun. 2 of the rifles are pharmacists, but once again, no kits. And they have been throwing away a lot of these key advantages, so they don't really have much hope for this round either.
No, I'm a little disenchanted so far with HellRaisers, at least this season. So, you know, to this point, you know, Nuke wasn't the worst I've ever seen, but neither side looked comfortable.
Yeah, sure.
HellRaisers more than Team X, but then the disparity on this map is drastic. And Angel, with a bit of a sloppy peek into that, just plays into Freeze, allows him to get the angle. Smike, however, now can be surrounded, which is the next big issue. But what? Did Snappy not push up? No, he didn't. He actually has to come back for the one, but he does get the kill eventually. And now it's a 5v3.
5v3 and the CTs with a shotgun, a pharmacist, and then 4, and they've got a smoke remaining. Zero going to be holding towards upper platform area. Could actually gets killed towards Bonnie B, pulls his grenade out just as he faces as well. Now it's going to be much more difficult. 2 players facing him at the same time. There's the exchange, 1 for 1, but still 4-on-2 in favor of the terrorists here. We have got a nice rotation coming in. That's going to be by Sticko. He could actually deny the bomb here, but this is the first shot and the second as well. Doing damage finally does get him. So it's going to be the 3 versus 2 now. There is a chance here for the CTs to take this round, seeing as they have got control of the bomb. Time ticking away as well.
Oh, Henry, this is one of those weird rounds. The rotations are very, very strange here. Freeze had the back, but now you're going to see the shots coming through from Glaive. And he's going to land it towards Bondic. Now until on V2, it's Sticko left with it all to do. He's done great stuff individually so far. That's 3 for him this round. But it's Glaive he's left against the raid boss for Team X, who's had a brilliant performance thus far. But he's not going to have a good run this round. At least Sticko's going to extend. And I think Yanko's really getting into this game now.
Yeah, I can hear the excitement brewing over by the analysis
unbelievable.
desk.
I can't wait to see what Alex stat-wise has here.
I've been seeing him. He's had the laptop out. He's got the notebook. He's got some really interesting stats coming. So look out for those. It's going to be pretty interesting, I think. But 15-6, and still it comes down to a 1 versus 1. So X have all this money available. You can still HellRaisers haven't quite stabilized yet. It's going to be 2 UMPs. A Famas, there is an all-pound Smike, but still is clutching at straws now as we go into round number 7.
Yeah, it does feel like that. It feels like a broken side almost when you look at HellRaisers, the way they're playing this one out. But we'll see if that comes through here. They've been holding on by individuals or not, but Smike misses a sitter and Team X just bully their way in. This is just... They just want to prove a point by now. They're bored of it. They got a bit too close. They've had enough. And there's the closer. Snappy just shuts it down in the end. And a very decisive game from Team X in comparison to map 1. We've seen that potential that people are looking for. Sure.
Well, they win both pistols, and they have great starts in both halves as well. The second half was no different than the first. Actually went up 9-1 on the CT side. They looked very good there, very comfortable. HellRaisers did have a bit of a comeback. They got 5 rounds in total, but this wasn't enough. When you have that kind of disadvantage going into the second half, and then you go back onto the CT side, lose the pistol again, money starts to go horribly wrong. Every key situation in terms of advantages thrown away. You felt like they were never going to do that, even when they won that round just before then.
I hear if you lose loads of 2v5s and 2v4s as well, it doesn't really...
Doesn't help morale in the team.
No, I think that's not exactly an ideal point. Again, though, this is the first debut from HellRaisers so far.
A lot of these teams recovering from holidays, right, still, so it's difficult to tell where everyone's at right now.
Exactly. This is the first couple of weeks we're going to be sitting with basically finding out where people are on this so far. However, Team X do get another win under their belt, which is quite important to them. However, I know you've had some fun here with us two, but the
Wait for this.
real content's about to come up. Statman, take it away.
I believe that is you, Alex.
That's me, is it? Okay, cool. Thanks very much, you two. And a rather convincing victory. I think that's... I'm going to run with what Lauren did just say there first, Yenko. The 2v4s, the 2v5s, like, it's just like Tilt City. Like, how does anybody not go off the face of the planet after conceding a 2 versus 5? 2 versus 5, Yenko.
I think they did, Alex. They just proceeded to lose a 4v2 in the next round. So that definitely wasn't pretty.
Just to clarify for everyone at home, if you play well, you never lose situations like that, right?
Yeah.
That only comes about, doesn't matter how good your opponent's playing, if you make mistakes.
In all situations like that, what the team that is at a disadvantage is trying to do, they're trying to get duels, or maybe, you know, even if they could pick a player 2v1, something like that. But that's the only thing you don't want to allow them if you have the advantage, right? You want to make them come to you, then you can neutralize them with crossfires. But HellRaisers just kept challenging. They had some weird peaks, and they got punished for it.
And I mean, it's not going to be a question of finding silver linings for HellRaisers. I mean, the silver lining was Nuke, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't look too bad in the first half. I felt that, you know, after losing Pistol, it took them a bit of time to realize how Team X is holding. I don't think they put enough pressure on Drop early on, and you know, by the time they recovered, they had a decent result. But then again, second half they lose the Pistol yet again, and you know, after that 2v5 loss, it was pretty much over for them.
So what was it that was going so wrong at the start of their T side? They just couldn't seem to get any way into any of the sides. Was it Drop Room? Is that?
I don't think it was necessarily wrong. They were just outplayed early on by Team X. The setups that they went for worked for them, and you know, once HellRaisers adjusted, they had a couple of good rounds towards the B-bomb site. That they had a good A split as well. So there were definitely signs of life for them. It was just not enough, all things considered.
Yeah, and I mean, it was actually really cool just to see different players stepping up. Modi, who has been rather quiet, actually had a sterling game. In the second half, I think 12 frags in 6 rounds, something that's constantly just railing down terror on the boys from HellRaisers. And they will pick up another win, and that's actually going to be very good for Team X. I mean, 2 wins would have been, of course, better than the 1, but it is just a question of not falling into that trap of conceding a lot of early losses at the start of the league. All round, though, I mean, you've seen HellRaisers 2 maps now. No Oscar, this stand-in, whatever his name is.
Smike. 32 kills
33.
in 2 maps, Alex. That's great.
It's going to haunt me forever. But Smike, of course, the new addition for HellRaisers. The only reason I'm not committing to remembering his name is we're not sure whether or not he's a stand-in or if he's a new replacement.
Yeah, so no need to know his name.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's how I live my life.
Until he's officially a member of the team, I don't need to know his name at all.
As soon as the talent announcement is made, you know, Oscar out, Smike in, Smike, whatever we're calling him. You see, I'll learn it when he joins. Right, Yenka, we should take a break before I completely embarrass myself. Up next, though, you have
for the rest of the day, if possible.
You have a great game to look forward to. You get Navi and Astralis. That should be a bit of a blockbuster. Get to see how Astralis are going to be doing after conceding both maps versus none other than Team X yesterday. We're going to take a quick one. Before we do, of course, the Score Esports application is going to be something I want to tell you about. News, articles, statistics, and all of that good stuff. Even has good write-ups of the hot matches of the week here at the Pro League. So go check it out. And when we do come back, it'll be time for Astralis Navi. That should be a bit of a good one.